Today we have with us Dr. Juel Rana sir from the GB Pant Institute. So please, uh, Sakshi, please introduce to sir and please start the session.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Um, this is scholar from Banaras Hindu University. We have a Dr. Juel Rana, sir, and today's topic is regression analysis, simple and multiple regression analysis. And sir will lead this topic. And sir is from Govind Ballapan Research Institute, Allahabad. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Vikas, for inviting me for this lecture. Rather practical session or interactive session with the PhD scholars from different institutes. And thank you, Sakshi, for the introduction. I would like to know, let me briefly tell you because PhD from JNU, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, then postdoc on public health, global health issues from South Korea, Korea University, South Korea. Then I have joined here 2 years back, almost 2 years back, on and more than 1 year. So 2 years back. So it's my pleasure to interact with you. Vikas or Sakshi, could you tell me what is the background of the students and how this session is going to benefit them, whether they are in PhD or they have completed PhD or they have just enrolled, so that it will be easy for me to interact accordingly. And please also tell me the background of the students. What are the disciplines from they are coming, right? So that may be helpful for me.
Okay, please some scholar can give your introduction, university, medium, and also subject. So it will be better for sir.
If you are from the same background
No, sir, not the
or
same background
same,
because one are from the
uh,
education, some from public administration, political science. So,
hmm.
firstly, I will invite to Sakshi. She will be give the introduction. After one, three, four
Yes,
scholars will
yes,
be give
please.
introduction. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
sure.
Good afternoon, sir. So I'm from Faculty of Education, BHU, and I'm pursuing my PhD um, in education.
Okay.
Okay. Pui.
So if anyone is from education, please do not introduce yourself.
Yes.
But you are from different background, then introduce, please.
Okay. Okay. Pui Ralte. Please give your introduction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. I'm from Public Administration Department from Mizoram University, and I just enrolled last year on PhD program. So it's my first year.
Okay.
Okay. Anurag Yadav, please give your introduction.
Hello, sir. I am from Law Department from Pondicherry University.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Saifullah Sardar. Shafla, can you listen us? Okay, Miss Preeti.
Oh,
Miss Preeti.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I am Ella Sai from Sri Krishna Devaraya University of Anantapur. of Andhra Pradesh. My subject is rural development. I'm at my third year of research. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Preeti from Central University of Haryana from Psychology Department.
Okay, okay. Uh, okay, so mostly, would you like to, anyone, would you like to introduce if you are from different background that is already discussed here, already told here?
Any commerce background student, commerce, yeah, or
Commerce.
yeah. Aishwarya, Aishwarya, I
Okay,
think.
okay, okay. Okay. That means,
Yeah, good evening, sir.
good evening.
Sorry, actually, it's good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. This is Professor Sunita from Commerce background, Mumbai University.
Professor Sunita, which college or which university?
Mumbai, sir, Mumbai University.
Mumbai University. I'm
Okay.
pursuing PhD from Mumbai University. And I'm working in Thakur Ramnarayan College, which is at Mumbai itself.
Okay, great, great.
Yeah, commerce background, sir. As you asked.
Okay, okay, okay.
Good
That's
afternoon,
great.
sir. I am from also commerce background from Guru Ghasidas University,
Guru
Chhattisgarh.
Ghasidas, where is it?
Sir, is the Chhattisgarh.
Chhattisgarh, sir.
Ghasidas, Central University of
Okay.
Chhattisgarh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Okay. So mostly audience are from different disciplines of social science. Uh, so okay, I'm getting, and majority of them are PhD students. So this is
Sir,
about, yes.
I am Meenakshi from Tamil Nadu. I am from, I belong to special education, handling special children, sir, doing my PhD. Avinash University, Tamil Nadu.
Okay, okay,
Thank you,
okay.
sir.
So are you PhD student or like are you doing PhD currently? Or?
PhD scholar, sir, PhD.
Okay, PhD scholar. That's great. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your introduction. Now I will have some sense of your background. Now, see, my purpose is to for you, right? I can speak many things, and if those sentences does not carry meaning for you, then it does not make any sense. So therefore, I am particularly interested to have interactive session. So please ask me question anywhere you want, and I would like to clarify in between, right? So I did not make any PPT PowerPoint presentation. Rather, I would show the SPSS software, that how you can run regression models in using SPSS, and how you can interpret the result for your use, right? So please note it down that you do not forget to ask the question, and please ask the question in between wherever you have question, right? So now already you are knowing the SPSS software, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this visible software? Is this software visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Not yet.
Not yet. Just a
No,
minute.
sir, it's visible.
Just a minute. Yes. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 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 Now, you are already knowing descriptive statistics, how to calculate, how to estimate sample size, right? So, for example, I want to see how you are going to uh, pick your data in the SPSS software. So, if you have here function like open data, and if you open, huh? So if your one pop-up box will be open, and name of the pop-up box is open data, here you can see, right? And if you have multiple I have start a file format. So and extension of Stata is DTA. You have to select first the DTA, right? Once you select DTA, you have to pick the data and then open. Since I have already opened the data, I do not need to do this exercise. And this data is basically NFHS data, right? National Family Health Survey data. So do you know what is NFHS data? Hello, anyone? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So I just request you to tell me that what is NFHS data, just briefly. If you do not know, then I will tell you that what is NFHS data. So therefore, I am asking that if you are already knowing, then repetition is not needed. I will not repeat here.
National Family Health Survey data.
Hmm. What do you know about it? I mean, to what extent you are aware about it? National Family Health Survey.
Sir, I think we're not familiar about it.
Okay, that's fair.
It
Yes.
provides information regarding the health and nutrition in different states and union territories.
Okay, that's good. So tell me that we are not aware or I don't know. So please go ahead. So NFHS is basically National Family Health Survey. Globally, it is known as Demographic and Health Survey. The purpose of this survey is to cover demographic and health data. So what is demography? Demography has three components: fertility, mortality, and migration. So basically these three factors, fertility, mortality, and migration, these three factors determine the population size of particular place at particular time, right? For example, population of India is roughly 1.4 billion. So how the population become 1.4 billion? So what are the factors? So factors behind it is fertility, mortality, and migration, right? And health data. There are a couple of health issues that is dominating in India. For example, communicable disease, non-communicable disease, and one important thing is maternal and child health. So maternal and child health is one of the main focus of NFHS. So National Family Health Survey covers all these issues, demography and health. Clear? And now it gives us state level representative data, right? So the first NFHS is conducted in 1992-93 that covered majority of the union territories and states. So that was basically state representative data. And later on, the second NFHS was conducted in 2019, 98, 99, or around 2000. Then third NFHS is conducted between 2005 and 2006. So from NFHS 1 to NFHS 5, there was three survey conducted, but fourth NFHS is conducted during 2015 and 16. That is the first NFHS produce district representative data. So before 2015 and 16, there was no district representative data. And the recent fifth NFHS, the recent NFHS is conducted during 2019 and 2021. Right. So we have 5 rounds of NFHS. So NFHS has multiple files. It has couple file, it has men file, it has women file, it has children file, it has birth history file, it has biometric file, right? So it has multiple file. Women file has information related to maternal and child health, right? Kids file, care file has data related to children under 5 years of age. BR birth record file has information about birth history, right? And main file has information related to main. couple file information has information related to couples, the men and women who are living together in particular household, so etc. So I have opened here the couple file, couple. So you can see the couple file is here. See here, right? So I have. So this is all about NFHS briefly. NFHS has collected information from around 6 to 7 lakhs household. How much? 6 to 7 lakhs household, covering all the districts of India. Right. And here is the data. You can see that in this file, there are total how many variable? 1,643 variable total. So this is data view, this is variable view, and if you go to data view, you see total number of entries 12 lakh 74,250, right? Sure. Now you are already knowing the univariate analysis and bivariate analysis, right? I'm going to do some exercise on multivariate analysis. Before you do multivariate analysis, you have to check the data, that how data looks like. So to do that, you have to run a frequency table. All right. So you just go to frequency tab of the SPSS or analyze SPSS tab of the analyze bar, and you just keep your variable of interest inside the box. For example, so see, you can see currently variable names, variable levels over there. And if you want to see variable names, you have to just right click over there and you just click on display variable names. And if you click on variable names, then such kind of variable will appear, right? For example, on variable is place of residence, state. This is state. And then place of residence. On variable is there. E13. On 06. So let's say we have 4 variable, right? Then let's go to okay. Now this is output output window. Here tables will appear very soon. Since sample size is very high, it will take some time to produce the tables. Now we got the table, right? Can you see the table? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you see over here, the first box, first table is the is basically statistics table. Here valid sample is 12 lakh 74,250, and invalid sample, missing sample is 0, right? Then we have frequency table. You see rural frequency of rural area is 2,73,000, right? Urban area 2,73,000, and the frequency for rural area is 10 lakh. right? So you can see percentage out of total sample. Urban sample is 21.5%, at rural sample is 78.5%. Correct. Uh, so this is all about type of place of residence where they are living, rural versus urban. But if you see religion, you see Hindu. The sample from Hindu religion is 75%. Here you can see right, 75%. And then sample from Muslim religion is 13.1%. Christian, from Christian it is 7.4%. From Sikh it is 1.9%. From Buddhist it is 1.1%. From Jain it is less than 1%, and other religion has insignificant percentage in the sample. So this is the distribution. This is coming from frequency table, right? And again, you see level of education. The individual with no education is 39%, right? And primary education it is 16. Secondary from secondary education it is 38 and 6%. This variable is basically one of the demographic indicator, sons at home. So this variable is, does not make much sense, but education, place of residence, and religion you can clearly understand, right? So for example, you want to see level of education is the outcome variable, right? Level of education is outcome variable, or you can say dependent variable. Do you know what is outcome variable or dependent variable? Hello? Hello? Can anyone answer me that what is dependent variable or what is outcome variable? Hello? No, I'll not go ahead. You have to answer. Otherwise, I have to answer.
Dependent versus independent we know, but outcome variable.
Oh, outcome variable is nothing but dependent variable. So what is dependent variable and what is independent variable?
So independent variable is that variable, the effect of which we study on some other factor. Suppose the study time of a person on its academic performance. So academic performance here will be the dependent variable, and the study time will be his independent variable.
Okay, great. Anyone else? No. She is absolutely right that academic performance and duration of study. For example, one individual is studying 8 hours per day. Another individual is studying 2 hours per day, right? So academic outcome or academic performance may be better who is studying 8 hours per day as compared to the person who is studying 2 hours per day. So here academic score or academic performance is dependent variable, that is depending on what? Duration of study, right? So duration of study is independent variable and academic score is basically dependent variable. So now there may be other factors of academic score than except the variable duration of study. Other factor, what are the other factors? It may be place of residence, it may be availability of electricity, right? It may be distance from the school, intelligence, level of intelligence, attentiveness, etc. So these are independent variable, right? And only there should be and there must be only one dependent variable and multiple independent variable. There may be one independent variable or multiple independent variable, but dependent variable is always one. All right. So here in this case, you see that you have one dependent variable, that is level of education, right? So what is level of education? Level of education is categorized into 4 groups: no education, primary education, secondary education, and higher education, right? So it has 4 groups. And on the other hand, you have independent variable. For example, on one variable is religion, right? Another variable is place of residence, rural versus urban. So we have here one dependent variable and 2 independent variable, right? One more thing I'd like to bring your attention here, that if you see the rural urban distribution of sample, you see 27 lakh sample, 10 lakh sample, 2 lakh, more than 2 lakh sample and 10 lakh sample. But if you go the sample distribution by religion, then you will note that Jewish, for example, Jewish religion had 6 sample, only 6 sample, right? On the other hand, you see Hindu religion have 9 lakh 57, almost 10 lakh sample. So it's a huge difference in sample size. So there is a rule of thumb in statistics that if sample size is less than 30 or less than 25, the sample size may not be reliable in the calculation. And some of the large scale study, for example, NFHS state that if sample size in a category is less than 50, then we need to interpret the result carefully, right? So for the safer side, we can say that if sample size is less than 50, then we better merge the sample size to another group, right? So for example, till Jain, right? 1,000, more than 1,000 sample. If we do not categorize them into another category, then it does not make much sense. But if we keep Jewish sample independently, then the odds ratio or the result from the Jewish sample may be biased or skewed or maybe not reliable. Therefore, you need to regroup this sample as per your convenience. So in general, if you see that who are the religious group living in India, you will see Hindu, Muslim, Christian and other, simply because the other has a very minimum sample, very low percentage of population. For example, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Jewish, Parsi, no religion, atheist, etc. Right? So what we can do, we can categorize the religion variable into 4 group, right? You can categorize 3 group, you can categorize into 5 group, etc. But let's say like we are categorizing religion variable into 3 group: Hindu, Muslim, and others, or maybe 4 group: Hindu, Muslim, Christian and others, right? So after categorizing, then we'll run regression analysis, regression table, right? So let us categorize. So let's go to transform, and we have a record into same variable. So there is 2 options: record into same variable, record into different variable. If you record into same variable, then the same variable will be changed, and if you pick a different variable, then another variable will be created. So let's see V13. So this is the variable of religion, V13. So what will be the new variable? Let's say new variable name will be religion, right? And level will be religion, right? And change it. Once you change it, here you can see that the old variable V130 will be transformed into a separate new variable that is called religion, right? And here you see old into new. You have to just click old into new, and here you have value. You have to put the value. So before putting value, you have to know that what are the code of the variable, right? So let's say 130. You see the code over here. Can you see the box? Value levels. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you see Hindu equal to 1, Muslim equal to 2, Christian equal to 3, Sikh equal to 4, etc. You just close it down and go to old and new and just click 1 equal to 1, right? 1 equal to 1, add it, and then 2 equal to 2, add it, 3 equal to 3, add it, and all other values, just categorize it into 4, correct? And you just continue it, right? Now you have name of the variable, you have level of the variable, you have fixed the code, and just now click OK. So you see, this is basically syntax. Record v13, 1 equal to 1, 2 equal to 2, 3 equal to 3, else equal to 4, and into religion, right? So new variable is created. Basically, you just go down at the bottom of the file. You will see here variable name. Variable name is religion. You see over here, variable name is religion. Variable type is numeric. Width is 8 decimal to decimal. This is level of the variable, and values. Here it is says none. So you have to level it. 1 equal to Hindu, correct? Can you relate it? 2 equal to Muslim. 3 equal to Christian. 4 equal to, let's say, others. Then okay. Now you see values of the variable are here. Missing none. The variable type is basically nominal. That's correct. Okay. So now run the regression model. So here you have to go to analyze. Then here we have regression, right? So one thing, let us first check the nature of dependent variable, because a regression is applied. The type of regression is selected based on nature of dependent variable. So here you see educational level or highest educational level is a variable, and that variable is multinomial in nature. So how it is multinomial? Because it have multiple names. No education, primary, secondary, higher, right? There are you see nominal. Let me first explain the nature of variable. You see over here there are 3 type of variable: scale, ordinal, nominal. What is scale variable? When you have continuous data, then it is scale variable. Where your data is in order, it is ordinal variable. When your data is in name, then it is nominal variable. Let me give you example, on brief example. Scale data, one example of scale data is age. For example, you 100 participants have registered for this workshop. So some of you may have age of 25, some of you may have age of 35, someone may have 30, 31, 29, 28, maybe something like that. So this is basically continuous data, right? Continuous data. And this type of variable is scale variable. And ordinal variable. So what is ordinal variable? Ordinal variable is basically ranked variable. For example, in a class, the class is arranged in a way on the basis of marks obtained in the last examination. Someone has secured let's say out of 1,800, someone had secured, let's say 700. So 800 is first rank, and 700 is second rank, and third rank is like, for example, 650. So if students are ranked in ascending or descending order, that variable is ordinal variable, because that is order based on certain characteristics, certain parameter. So that is ordinal variable. The nominal variable is basically name variable that cannot be ordered or that cannot be scaled. For example, religion, right? Religion is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, others, or maybe caste, right? Or maybe something, some name, rural, urban, male, female. Uh, so we cannot make this variable in order. Therefore, these variables are nominal variable, right? So we have scale variable, we have ordinal variable, we have nominal variable. So for for three type of variable, we have different regression analysis, right? If your outcome variable, if your dependent variable is in scale or continuous form, right? Then that in that case, you have to apply OLS, ordinary least square, or linear regression model, right? Can you understand? Can you hear me? Hello.
Sir, you're audible.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes.
okay, okay.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
okay. So for scale variable, if your dependent variable is a scale variable, in that case you have to apply linear variable, a linear regression, right? For example, ordinary least square. In short, we say OLS, right? If your independent variable is in order, for example, I told first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank. If your independent variable is in order, then you have to apply ordinal regression, order logic regression, order logic regression, right? If your variable is nominal, then you have to apply what? Logistic regression or logic regression. Logistic regression or logic regression. So there are two type of logic regression. One is binary logic regression, another is multinomial logic regression, right? So if your nominal variable, that is independent variable, is binary, for example, male, female, for example, rural, urban, for example, yes, no. Ah, so these, if your dependent variable is this kind of variable, then you have to apply binary logic regression model, right? And if your nominal dependent variable is in multinomial form, then you have to apply multinomial logic regression model, right? So in that case, you tell me that education has four category. Raise your hand. Education has four category. In that case, which regression model will be applied? This is the question. Those who want to answer, please raise your hand, right? And those who do not, don't tell me, just raise your hand. I want to see it. कितना लोग हाथ उठाया? एक लोग, तीन लोग, बाकी लोग को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है? बस तीन लोग? I can only see three people raise their hand. What about others? Sahifa, Sultana, Shana Khan, Mohammad Fahim, Nisha. What about others? अच्छा, कोई बताओ कि कौन सा रिग्रेशन यूज होगा, क्यों यूज होगा? ठीक है, those who raised your hand, please go ahead and tell me that what kind of regression is going to be used in this case. If level of education or highest level of education is dependent variable. Please go ahead and tell me.
Sir, we can use order logic regression if it is level of education is in harder.
Logic regression.
Yes, sir. Yeah, logic regression because it is in harder. If it is not in harder, we can use multinomial logistic regression.
Why it is a multinomial logic regression?
Yes, sir.
Okay, anyone else? Thank you, thank you.
So multinomial logistic regression.
क्यों? Why?
Because we have 4 level, no? More than 2.
Okay. Multinomial logic. Okay. So you people are Sahifa. Are you from economics background? No.
No, sir. I'm from education background.
Education. Okay. Okay. So we will apply here multinomial logic regression. Then now let's go to analyze again, right? And then we have regression over here, and you see multinomial logistic, right? Just click multinomial logistic. Here you will see on pop-up box you have dependent variable, you have factors, you have covariate, right? So for dependent variable, that is education V13. Now so this is basically religion V16. This is religion. V16, where is that? V16. On 06. On 06. On 06. Now, place of residence V024. Now, when you select the independent variable, a dependent variable, you have to select the reference category. So let's say first category is the reference category. Here I have selected the first category. So by default it is last category. You can also select the last category, or if you want to select the custom category, for example, you do not want to select last and first, you want to select second number group or third number group, then you just click here on custom and then you can select accordingly. So let's say I am selecting first category, that is no education, right? And you will see that V106, that is the variable for education, and first is basically reference group. And here you see factor religion, and V024 is basically place of residence. So there are two factors for level of education. And here you have a couple of boxes like small tabs. If you if you click on model tab, then you will see main effects, full factorial, custom, stepwise. So we mostly see the main effects. You do not need to do anything over here. Then you have statistics. You see the couple of statistics you will get along with your model, that is pseudo R square, step summary, model fitting information, cell probabilities, classification table. This since these are unchecked, it will not provide these measures. So only checked boxes, the statistics from the checked boxes will be provided at the result. Estimate will be provided at 95% confidence level, and likelihood ratio test will be provided, right? And we have criteria. We do not need to do anything with this. Save, you if you want to save the syntax file will be created separately, right? And then we are done. Then let's click OK. Since this file has large sample size, it is taking some time. Sometimes it may take few minutes. Okay, this is something wrong. Like I had put another variable, state variable, instead of place of reference variable. So let us click analyze again, and let's go to regression, multinomial logic regression. Let us remove it.
நான் வாசல்ல தாங்க உட்கார்ந்திருக்கிறேன். மேம் இது வந்து அவங்க டைரக்டா பார்க்க போறாங்க. வாசல்.
Okay, then again click OK. Yes. Nominal regression. This is the first table. You see the distribution model fitting statistics. You see -2 log likelihood, right? Chi-square test, degree of significance level. Here you have to check the significance level. If your model fit statistics is significant, then you can say that my model is statistically significant, and the result from this model can be is reliable, right? Pseudo R square is not that much meaningful in that case. Therefore, you can avoid pseudo R square in case of logic regression models. And here you see the result from the multinomial regression model. You see the result for primary, secondary, and higher is presented in the box, but result for the primary group, primary level of education, is not presented. Why? So I just want to ask this question, why it is happened, right? You just, anyone just tell me that why a result from no education group is not presented here. Is any idea? Is there any idea? Anyone? Hello? No idea?
No idea.
Okay. So that is basically reference category. Now, you remember that in the previous dialog box, we have put no education in reference category. So when you will interpret this result, right, you will interpret in reference to the no education group, right? So now you see over here, religion 1, religion 2, religion 3, religion 4. Then place of residence 1, place of residence 2, right? So in this case, you see the reference group is basically is the last category of religion variable. You see zero beta, right? So you see the blank over here. And the second, for a place of residence, rural is the reference category, right? Similarly, for secondary education, you see other religion is reference category and rural is the reference category. For higher education, it is the same, right? And among the categories of dependent variable, first category is basically a reference category. So what would be the interpretation of this number? So you have to look at the beta and the significance level. B for beta. Forget about other number for now. You just see beta and you just see significance. First, you see significance level. It is 0.000. That means less than 0.001. And if it is so, then we can say the result is reliable, right? And you see, as compared to primary education, as compared to no education, and as compared to other religion, the likelihood of having primary education is lower because it is in minus. It is lower, correct? Lower among the Hindu religion, as compared to other religion. Similarly, likelihood of having primary education is lower, that is 0.411 lower among the Muslim religion as compared to other religion. Here you can easily compare among the urban group, the likelihood or maybe the likelihood of having primary education is higher among the urban areas as compared to the rural areas. Similarly, you see for secondary education, the likelihood of secondary education is higher in the urban area as compared to rural area. You see here the same thing. In terms of higher education, the likelihood of higher education is higher in urban area as compared to rural area. Although the relationship is positive, that means urban area has higher level of education in terms of primary, secondary, and higher education. But likelihood in higher education in urban area is much higher among higher education group in urban areas compared to the rural areas. Like if you see, the likelihood for primary education is 0.406. The likelihood for higher education is 1.985. So that indicates that it is common phenomena. Urban area has relatively higher education as compared to rural area. However, when you will go for higher education as compared to primary education, higher education has more likelihood of higher education in urban area as compared to the primary education, right? So basically, degree of the level of education matters in terms of differentiation in education between rural and urban areas. So this is sort of interpretation of multinomial logic regression, and it is basically difficult to interpret multinomial logit regression, but if you have a binary regression, it is easy, much easy to interpret. So what we can do, we can categorize all sample into literate and illiterate, and we will see that how is the interpretation between literate and illiterate. So again, if what you have to do, you have to transform the variable level of education variable into two group. So where is the level of education? 106. So let's say education level will be level of education. Change it. On 06, no education 0, and other one. Zero equal to 0. Let us remove this. 0 equal to 0. Then rest all other values equal to 1. Continue, and then OK. Now you just change it. Just change the level. 0 equal to illiterate, literate or no education, or let's say no education, and 1 equal to say literate. Okay. Okay. Now you just see the descriptive statistics. Religion, education, 302. Now, okay. It's taking some time because large sample size. Okay. Here you have frequency, Muslim, Christian, others. Then no education and literate. No education has sample of almost 40%, and literate sample is 60%. Then urban 21%, rural 78%. Now level of education becomes binary logistic, binary variable, and here binary logistic regression can be applied. So now go to analyze and go to regression. Here you see binary logistic. Earlier we used multinomial logistic. This time we will use binary logistic model, right? Now you have to keep identify dependent variable. So we have created dependent variable, that is education, and we just put dependent variable over here, and then we have independent variable like religion, and another variable is place of residence, that is V025. Okay. Now categorical, yes. So reference category, what do you want? Like I want reference category, first category as reference. So I have just clicked first category as reference and it is done. Okay, so it's done. Then now click OK. You see. Here you see logistic regression outcome. This is categorical variable codings. Okay. And here is the final result. Variable in the equation. No. Just a minute. Yes. So here is the model summary statistics. -2 log likelihood. Log likelihood is very high and it is significant. Here is the result from final regression analysis. We have two independent variables, religion and place of residence. So since first category is the reference category, we do not have statistics for the first, the statistics for second category. Here also you see for V025, that is place of residence, we do not have statistics for the first category. We have the statistics for the second category only, right? And you see all the statistics are significant at 95% confidence level, right? And here you see exponential beta, that means odds ratio, and here we have beta. You do not need to check degree of freedom, world, and standard error for now, because standard error, world, degree of freedom, etc. are related to significance and beta coefficient. So mostly if you look at the significance level and beta coefficient or expected beta coefficient, that is odds ratio, that is more than sufficient. Right. So you can just simply see that significance level is 0.000. That means the statistics is reliable. Right. So you see the likelihood of education or literacy is lower among the Muslim group as compared to the Hindu groups. Since Hindu is the reference group, therefore I'm saying that literacy or education is likelihood of literacy or education is lower among the Muslim group, and similarly literacy or education is lower among the Christian group compared to Hindu group. And but the the likelihood of literacy is higher among other religion as compared to Hindu religion. So Hindu is the reference group. So this is basically interpretation, right? Similarly, you see this is a positive correlation, that literacy is basically higher among the, this is rural, correct? This is rural, to rural as compared to urban. If it is rural, then rural, or if it is urban, then it is higher among the urban as compared to rural, right? Here you see exponential beta. You must heard the odds ratio or adjusted odds ratio. So this is the odds ratio. If you go through the quantitative, if you go through the papers, published papers that has done quantitative analysis, you often read adjusted odd ratio or odd ratio. So odd ratio is basically exponential beta. And what is the interpretation of exponential beta or odds ratio? If it is less than 1, then negative relationship is negative. If it is less more than 1, then relationship is positive. Here you see we have odds ratio more than 1 in case of religion 3, place of residence, right? And constant, you do not need to interpret the constant value. And then constant, then what is the interpretation for religion 3? Religion 3 is basically other religion. Likelihood of education among other religion is higher as compared to Hindu religion. Similarly, you see the next exponential beta value, that is 2.6. That means likelihood of education is higher among the, let's say, urban compared to rural group, and that is 2.6 times, right? 2.6 times higher, 1.5 times higher, right? So this is the interpretation of binary logic regression models. So this is about multinomial and binary logistic regression model. If you suggest, if you ask me anything to do anything else, then I'll do it now. Otherwise, I'll stop here. So what is your opinion? Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So should I stop here, or are you interested to listen anything else?
Actually, this is a new for us. We have not done before. So, still trying to understand.
Okay, why don't you ask question? Excuse me. Why don't you ask question that where is the problem exactly? I'll try to make more sense.
Sir,
Hmm.
regression is exactly to find the relationship or to find the effects of one variable on another.
Okay.
Exactly, I want to know it is going to find the relationship or the effects or impacts of one variable on another. Thank you, sir.
See, it is also effect and it is also relationship. Both. It is also effect or it is also a relationship. So if you want to simply see the relationship, you can simply run chi-square test or maybe correlation. Simply Pearson correlation or Spearman rank correlation. You can simply see relationship from there. But regression is needed to understand beyond relationship, that is effect or that is factors, right? So what is the benefit of regression over correlation or maybe chi-square test? The benefit is it tells you, regression tells you that what is the effect of variable x on y after control other independent factors, and that is not found in correlation, right? So it shows both relationship as well as effect. Hmm. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Mhm.
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
For example, for the research I'm conducting, for example, I have to study about the impact of ICT awareness among rural women uh, in the in the state or whichever state, like is an example. So, which test will be best for the research, like chi-square test or what?
Impact of ICT on what?
Yeah, ICT awareness among the women of the state of that particular state.
Oh, Here you see you mentioned ICT awareness, that is independent variable, but
Yes.
you did not mention what is dependent variable, right?
Yes. Yes.
So there must be a dependent variable in a hypothesis. So you
Uh-huh.
have to identify what is dependent variable. What kind of impact you are going to look among your sample size.
Uh-uh.
It may be um, health related impact. It may be education related impact. It may
Yes.
be socialization related impact.
Economic and education.
Okay, so now you can say that what is the impact of ICT on education among the rural
uh,
area of certain state. So
okay.
here you have ICT, use of ICT or awareness of ICT is independent variable,
Mm.
and dependent variable is uh, highest education acquired or maybe level of education, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So now you have hypothesis. So if you want to check the relationship between uh, two variable, you
Mm.
can simply check, you can simply use chi-square test,
Oh,
right?
oh, okay.
But level of education itself is
Mm.
dependent upon multiple factors other
Yeah.
than ICT,
Oh.
right? If you want to check that what is the impact of ICT on level of education,
Mm.
given other factors constant,
Mm. Mm.
then you have to run basically logistic regression. It may be
Oh,
binary logistic or multinomial logistic.
okay.
Anything else?
Okay, so thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the interruption. I have one doubt.
Yes, please go ahead.
See, actually, my topic is virtual management practices towards IT sector.
Okay.
So, in this, the independent variable and dependent variables regarding this only, I have some doubts.
Okay. Virtual management practices, right?
Virtual management employee practices towards IT sector.
Okay. So virtual
So,
management, how do you define virtual management? What is
online
that?
management, or I mean, like after COVID, everything is became online, right? So, on
Hmm.
basis of that, how the employee productivity is getting affected.
Okay. So now you
Yeah.
have identified two
Yeah, sir.
variable. One is online management, another
Online
is
management.
productivity of employee, right?
Okay.
So here your independent variable is online management and
Hmm.
dependent variable is productivity. Now question is that simply I said that if you want to see the correlation, then
Yeah, sir.
you can go for correlation or chi-square test or t-test
Hmm.
or bivariate association. And if you want to assess the effect of online management on uh, productivity, then you have to
Productivity.
run maybe regression model, right? Now
Hmm.
it depends that what is the nature of independent variable, what is the nature of dependent variable. if your
Okay.
if your dependent and independent variable both are linear, as I said, it may be score, maybe
Hmm.
online management can be captured through certain score 0 to 100, productivity can be captured through score that is 0 to 100. So this is basically linear variable, right? So if your
Okay.
both variable is linear, then you have to see simply correlation by applying correlation, Pearson correlation, correct? And if
Yes,
you
sir.
want to see uh, the effect, then you have to go for OLS, linear regression, ordinary least square method, right?
Okay.
So that regression you can apply.
Can I up? Uh, okay.
Hmm.
So please give one example for non-linear variable then.
Non-linear variable is basically ordinal variable or nominal variable, right? Ordinal and nominal both are non-linear example.
Okay, sir. That means interval and ratio are linear variable.
interval and ratio is different thing. Acha, interval and ratio are
Linear.
yes, interval and ratio are linear. Correct.
Yeah.
Can you explain it, sir, how nominal and ordinal are non-linear scale variables?
Okay. See, someone has someone is 20 years old, right? Another person is 40 years old, right? And what is the distance? Let's say one person age is like 10 year and another person's age is 30 year. What is the distance between these two person in terms of time? 20 years, right?
Yes.
So you can identify the gap between two unit of analysis or two observation, right? You can measure this gap, but when it comes to ordinal or maybe it comes to nominal, you cannot measure the gap, right? For example, um, name. So Sahifa and let's say um, Ralte, who is that? Let's say. So how do you differentiate that? What is the difference between two person, right? Maybe Nisha. So Sahifa and Nisha. What is the difference? Can you quantify the difference between Sahifa and Nisha? Because you cannot do it because it is not quantified. It is not quantifiable, and therefore it is nominal. For example, Hindu, Muslim, Christian. That right. What is the difference? Can you quantify the difference between three groups? No, it is not possible because it is not possible because these are nominal in nature, right? For example, caste group, general SC, ST, OBC. You cannot quantify the difference among these three groups. These are nominal group, right? So when you cannot quantify the gap or the differences across different groups of variable, that is basically nominal variable, and that is basically non-linear variable, right? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Sir,
hello.
sir, I have question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. If we have two continuous dependent variable, then which regression to be used?
See, dependent variable is always one, so there is no chance that there will be two variables,
So
two
then,
dependent variables. So
G.
if you have to have one dependent variable or one independent variable in that sense, right? If you have one independent variable that is continuous, if you have one dependent variable that is continuous, then you simply go for OLS, that is linear model, a linear regression model. Hmm.
So then, if we have to study the role of one continuous independent variable on two continuous dependent variable, then which stat to be used here?
See, theoretically that is not possible together. At the same time, you cannot identify the effect of one independent variable on two dependent variable at the same time. It is not possible theoretically. Um, I don't know, separately it is possible. It is not possible together at the same time, but separately it is possible, right? Uh,
Yes, sir.
for separate, if you want to see the effect of OI on X1 and X2, then you have to run two separate model. Model 1 and model 2. In model 1, you will check the effect of OI on X1, and in model 2, you will check the effect of one OI on X2. So there will be two model.
So it means we will have to use OLS.
Sir,
Yes, in this
I
case,
have
OLS.
one.
Yes.
So I have one
Afra,
doubt
please.
here. So on basis of your this thing, we can use two or three models, right? So it depends upon the objectives how we frame it. So for one objective we can choose like correlation, and for second objective we can go for t-test or chi-square test. Can we do that?
Yes, you can do. You see, it depends upon nature of variable actually.
Yes, yes.
Variable. If your variable fits for correlation, you go for correlation. If your variable fits for t-test, then you go for t-test. If your variable is fit for chi-square test, then you go for chi-square. So it's subjective to your choice that which method you are going to apply. Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. So now I would like to invite Safia Sultana for give the formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. I, Dr. Saifa Sultana, extend a grateful gratitude to Dr. Juel Rana for his insightful session on regression analysis using SPS software. This software provided us with a deeper understanding of regression analysis, which is crucial tool in research and data analysis. Sir, your session has undoubtedly enriched our understanding and will benefit us in long run for sure. We look forward to more such inciting session in the future. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was
Thank
great
you, sir.
experience to interrupt
Thank you, sir.
you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And apology for that day.
No, no
Uh,
problem.
I was I was bit busy for an urgent personal engagement.
Yes, yes, right.
So yeah. Okay. Thank you all.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
See
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir, so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Okay, so Sakshi ji, please send the attendance sheet to the chat box. Okay, yes. आप लोग अटेंडेंस फॉर्म फिल कर दीजिए.